Well, we're in week 6 of our adulting series. You know, the series everybody hates because nobody wants to be an adult. But today we're going to talk about growing in love. And, you know, if you're mature Christians, you are a loving Christian.
You know, one of my favorite movies, probably my favorite movie ever, Butch, is a movie called Top Gun.
Good one.
It's come back on the scene a little bit with the remake, or I guess part 2. And but I remember in the first one, probably one of the iconic scenes is that song. It goes like this: "You've lost that love and feeling.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, that love and feeling.
Boom, boom, boom."
So my question for you guys today is, you ever feel like you've lost that love and feeling? Maybe it's after watching the news, or maybe, you know, your kids have a rough morning getting them ready for school, or whatever it might be. You know, we probably all have those diminished love moments, and we probably need to confront those if we're going to be an adult, and if we're going to adult well. We confront those moments, and maybe today we can learn how to do that, Butch.
Yeah, you know, nothing I think shows our immaturity more than our hissy fits, you know, when we just don't show love.
Right. Yeah, we're probably more childish when we go that route, you know. So, okay, our verse for this week is 1 Corinthians 13. This is the chapter of love. Here it is. "When I was a child, I spoke and thought and reasoned as a child, but when I grew up," there's kind of our thought, "when I grew up, I put away childish things. Now we see things imperfectly, like puzzling reflections in a mirror, but then we will see everything with perfect clarity. All that I know now is partial and incomplete, but then I will know everything completely, just as God now knows me completely. These things will last forever: faith, hope, and love, and the greatest of these is love."
What we're going to talk about in today's sermon is what we need to know to grow in love. And the first point is,
the best use of life is love. As a matter of fact, I wrote down on my notes, the most powerful force in the universe is love.
Absolutely. You know, love is what not only saves us, in other words, this reason God sent his son, but love is the gives us purpose and gives us a way to show God's love to other people.
Yeah, and I think the model for us, as it is with every area, is Jesus and his love for us. And he had an extreme love for us, and in a sense, we're to mirror extreme love for him and others. And so I guess that's one of those questions we kind of wrestle with is, does my love match his love? Or do the ways that I show love match the way that he shows love?
And I think a question that you might ask yourself is, what are some specific ways that I can show the love of God?
And point number 2 here is the best expression of love is time. Butch, I know you having as many kids and grandkids as you have. I know you bump up against this constantly. How do I spend enough time with all the people around me? But yeah, time is a huge expression of love, and I'm sure you've got examples of that.
Well, and you know, the thing is you really can't show love without time. And I think that if we see this in every area of our life, what we give time to is the things that are important to us.
Right. And I think one of the challenges as an adult is properly proportioning our time. And I know in the season of life I'm in, Butch, it's, you know, we're running kids all over the place. And really, if an alien landed in the middle of our lives, they would look and say their priority is getting their kids to places on time, you know. Because that's really what we spend a lot of our time doing, is trying to get our kids somewhere on time, whether it be school or soccer or plays or whatever it might be. And yet I think love, somewhere in there's got to be love. And, you know, it's hard to at times marry our time and love and putting those two things together in a way that is healthy.
Yeah. And I think a question that we can all ask ourselves is, why is there no substitute for time when you're expressing love? In other words, why do you have to spend time to really show love. And then the third point is the best time to love is now. What do you think about that, Jody? Why is it the best time to love now?
Well, because I'm a procrastinator. And so if I'm not careful, I can push love off to the next moment or the next day or the next week. But in my notes, Butch, I wrote this down, and this is just a reminder for me. But if love is the way, then it starts with me today. And,
oh, wow, that's good.
And meaning I have to almost make love a priority. And if you don't make love a priority, just like many other areas of our life, it'll slip by. And, certainly in my relationship with God, my relationship with my wife, my kids, my family, whoever it might be, if you're going to love and you're going to love the right way, it has to start today, now.
Yeah, and added, to that point is that mature Christians, do love. And so a good question for us to all ask ourselves is to this: what are the problems with waiting for a convenient time to express love? Because if we wait to a convenient time, we probably know what? We're not going to show love.
That's right. I saw a church sign. Sometimes they're corny and they don't really speak to me, but I saw one that spoke to me. And Butch, I thought you might be interested in this, but it's on the front of a church, and here was the sign. It said, "Receive love, give love, repeat." Receive love, give love, and repeat. And if we could ever get that formula correct, receiving from our God and receiving from the people around us, but at the same time giving love, and then the very next day we repeat, or the very next moment we repeat that process, then we're probably adults, and we're probably growing in love as God wants us to.
And the key, I think, of what you said, Jody, was that first part: receive love. In other words, we've got to be in relationship with Christ. We've got to be receiving that love if we're really going to love like He wants us to.
There you go. So have you lost that loving feeling? No,
whoa,
I'm just joking.
Whoa.
But as adults, we can't. We don't have that choice. And so hopefully, as we've gone through this today, maybe we've made you think a little bit. I think we have one more question, Pastor Butch.
I think that's all the questions.
That's all the questions. But thank you, guys. I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great time in your study here. And we will see you soon.
Next week.